Basically, here in the nor clause, you can invert the subject and verb. Do I, instead of saying I do. Right?
Yeah.
Next one, number 5.
James wants to leave now, yet we must wait for his little brother. Now come.
Excellent. So we're connecting now 2 sentences here. James wants to leave now, yet we must wait for his little brother. Last one.
Harry is working on a project and he should be finished with it next week. Harry is working on a project, and
he should be finished with it next week. Excellent job, Mohammed. All right, number 3, or the third rule, is to separate a dependent clause, which is an incomplete thought or incomplete sentence, from an independent clause, which is a complete thought or a complete sentence. So let's see an example for that. And actually, we discussed an example from your writing last week about the last session about that, Mohammed, yes? Remember? Yeah. When I get older, you see here, when you say, when I get older, is this a complete thought? Even it has a subject here and a verb, but it doesn't give a complete meaning. What happens when you get older? You didn't say that. You have to give me a complete thought, right? So you can say, when I get older, I will be able to drive, or when I get older, I would like to be an engineer, etc., etc. All right? Yeah. So this is a complete thought, but without the second part of this sentence, so this would be called a dependent clause, right? Dependent clause. So this part that is not a complete meaning or not complete thought is called dependent clause, because it's depending on the other part of the sentence to complete it, right? Here, this part, read it, Muhammad, please.
If you are good, I will buy you a toy.
No, I meant I will be able to drive. I will be able
to drive.
Yes. What kind of sentence is that? Is the complete sentence, is a complete thought or not?
No.
I will be able to drive. I'm asking you, will you be able to drive? And you say, yes, I'll be able to drive. This is a complete thought.
Okay.
But you added extra information to it. Like, when I get older, I'll be able to drive. But without the extra information, if you see this only, if you see this part only, it makes sense to you. But the first part that I scrambled here, does it make sense on its own?
No.
No. But the second part makes sense. That's why we call it independent. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's remove all this scrambling here. And the second example here, if, and this is one of the conjunctions, and when is also one of the conjunctions we will learn about later. If you are good, and here are in the present tense, I will buy you a toy. So here, actually, conditional if is always connecting two clauses. One of them is dependent and the other is independent. So we have the condition and we have the result for it. If you study, you will succeed. If you eat well, you'll be healthy, etc., etc. So basically, it's two-part sentence. The first part that is connected to if, usually, is the dependent, and the second part, which is the result, is the independent clause. Okay, If you remove this part, I will buy you a toy. I can just talk to my son or my brother or my friend, and I tell him I'll buy you something, right? I'll buy a chocolate, I'll buy you a car, whatever, right? But if I say to someone, if you are good, and I stop by this, would this make sense to you?
No.
No, not at all, right? So I have to complete it. But the second part, I'll buy you a toy, makes sense. It has a meaning. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see the exercise right away. And also after introductory phrases, actually we discussed also or mentioned that last session, without water. If the sentence is starting with a prepositional phrase, this is called prepositional phrase. Without water, what happens? The plant will die. So because this is actually introductory phrase, it's actually, you can just send it to the end of the sentence without any problems. If you say the plant will die without water, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Yara, again, please start.
In 5 minutes, the building will be closed. After minutes, a comma.
After minutes, a comma, because here in 5 minutes is an introductory phrase. We put it in the beginning, or we can put it at the end of the sentence, yes? The building will be closed in 5 minutes. Next one.
When I get home, I'm going to brush my teeth. When I get home, comma, I'm going to brush my teeth.
Excellent job. Excellent, Mohammed. Next one.
Until I reach my goal, I will not stop working. A comma after goal.
Excellent. Next one.
If I get a new job, I'll be very happy. If I get a new job, comma, I'll be very happy.
Wonderful. Next.
To become an astronaut, it takes much hard work and determination. After astronaut.
Excellent job. Wonderful, Yar. Next one. I hear lots of noise in the background. Is a baby or something? Okay, go on, go on.
Because she is only 12, she is not old enough to drive. Because she is only 12, comma, she is not old enough to drive.
Okay. How to find the exact place or the exact spot for the comma? Just make sure that the part that comes after the comma is a complete sentence, a complete meaning. She is not old enough to drive. It takes much hard work and determination. So these are complete sentences. But if you read the first part on its own, it wouldn't make much of sense to you. To become astronaut, what should I do to become an astronaut? It's not mentioned. So I have to follow this with a comma to make it like connected to something else to complete the meaning or to show the meaning, right?
Yeah.
Number 4, rule number 4 is, Muhammad, read me rule number 4, please.
Use a comma to separate any word or phrase from the rest of the sentence. That is not essential.
When you see this, Muhammad, when you see this and then this, it should be use a comma or commas.
Oh.
Okay?
Okay. Use a comma or commas to separate any word or phrase from the rest of the sentence that is not essential to the sentence meaning. This phrase usually provides extra information about the subject.
Okay. This is a part of a sentence we call non-essential phrase or non-essential clause, or sometimes we call it also a positive. right? Oppose means giving extra information. So it's non-essential part or non-essential um, clause or phrase. It depends on the sentence, but basically we'll see about that. Let's read the examples. Yara?
My brother, a 26-year-old man, is watching TV.
What happens if you remove this part from the sentence? Read it again, please.
My brother is watching TV.
Do we really need to know this extra information about your brother?
No.
Not necessary at all. You can say just my brother is watching TV and we will get the same idea. These extra information are like, it's fine. This extra information is just adding to the meaning, but it's not really necessary. It's not essential to the meaning, right? That's why we can remove it without any troubles, or we just put it between commas to show that it's not essential. Okay?
Okay.
Next one.
Amy Rivers, my best friend, is going to the mall today.
If you remove this part again, the non-essential part, and
Amy Rivers is going to the mall today.
Exactly, it will give the same meaning. But this part of it, between the commas, is basically giving extra information for some people who do not know who is Amy Rivers, but it's not necessary at all.
Yeah.
All right. Next one.
I'm ready for my dad, a hardworking man, to come home.
Mm-hmm. Where's the essential part?
A hardworking man.
This is the non-essential part. Okay, I tricked you, Yara. I'm ready for my dad to come home. So basically, a hardworking man is extra information about her dad, but she's basically talking, or he is talking about waiting for his dad to come home. That's the most important part, right? Let's go to the exercise right away. Gara?
Daniel Garrison, a farmer, wakes up very early.
Mm-hmm.
A farmer is not essential.
So what should I do?
Put a comma before A and a comma before wakes.
Excellent. It's actually before A and after farmer. Okay, it's just the same thing. It should be after Garrison and after farmer. Okay, next one.
Tanner, my teacher, is wearing a gray shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Tanner, comma, after teacher, comma, is wearing a gray shirt.
Exactly. Because for those who know who's Tanner, you don't need to say my teacher. Yes?
The car, a 1967 Ford Mustang, is very fast. Car, comma, Mustang, comma.
Excellent.
When school ends today at 3:15 p.m., we will play soccer.
Mm-hmm.
When school ends today, comma, after p.m., comma,
Excellent job.
we play soccer.
It's soccer, yeah.
Gold watches, for example, are going on sale today. Gold watch, comma, example, comma.
Wonderful job. Excellent year. Mm-hmm.
My favorite color, navy blue, is very popular. My favorite color, comma, after blue, comma.
Excellent job. All right, moving on to the next rule. Rule number 5 is use a comma to separate a quotation from the rest of the sentence. So you know, of course, what is a quotation, and how to separate it from the rest of the sentence. So let's see about that. A quotation is, what's a quotation, Muhammad? Can you remind me, please?
Like it's when someone says something, and
Yes,
then you have
to cite, to copy, or to use the exact words a person said in your own words.
yeah.
Okay, read me the example, please.
We need to buy more sugar, she said, before it runs out.
So we're taking her words word by word, okay? And this is called a quotation. We need to buy some sugar, she said, before it runs out. Okay, let's see about the exercise, please. Yara?
I'm tired, he muttered. Tired, comma. He muttered, comma.
Before the quotation mark or after the quotation mark?
Before the quotation mark.
Thank you very much. Next.
He said, we need to lower taxes. He said, comma, we need to lower taxes.
Mm. Next.
If I don't wake up in time, he whispered, I will be in trouble. Time, comma, he whispered, comma.
Excellent job, Yara. Mm-hmm.
It will be rainy, the weatherman said with a frown. They will be rainy, comma. They will be rainy, comma. The weatherman said with a frown.
Okay, any more commas?
Um,
No, 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 I'm just tricking you.
no.
Okay, Muhammad, well done. Next one, Yara.
The boy watched his mother and wondered, could I ever be that strong?
Mm-hmm.
Wondered, comma.
Excellent.
Okay, spoke the teacher excitedly. Time's up. Okay, comma. Excitedly, comma.
Okay, the sixth rule is comma to separate an introductory element from the rest of the sentence. We discussed that before. Also, introductory phrases or introductory elements. So here, like hi, hello, yes, sorry, whatever. All these are called introductory elements or introductory phrases. So you can see here, hi. We use this in letter writing. Dear friend, dear sir, dear madam, whatever. And then you follow it with a comma. Yes?
Yeah.
All right. You start, Muhammad?
Um, do I do the exercises or do I say the examples?
No, just go for the exercise.
Yes, I would like more water, please. Yes, comma. I would like more water, please.
Okay.
Sorry, we do not have enough room. A comma after sorry.
Excellent.
Well, I hope the problem will be fixed soon. Well, comma.
However, I am very good at math. However, comma.
Excellent, Joe.
Wait, there is another way. Wait, comma. Is there another way?
Is there another way? Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, we do not have enough time.
Wonderful.
Comma
Okay.
after.
Yes. Okay. The seventh rule is to separate a name the name of the city from the country or the state. So name of a city from a country or state. You can say, I live in Doha, Qatar. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
I live in Chapel Hill in North Carolina. Comma here to separate the city from the state. Okay, let's go on to the exercise. Yara,
We are moving to Spokane, Washington.
Washington, Spokane, Washington.
After Spokane.
Right. City, state. Next one.
I visited Florence, Italy last summer. I visited Florence, Italy last summer.
Excellent.
The hurricanes
No,
hit
no.
Tulsa.
Hurricanes.
The hurricanes hit Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Destin, Florida.
Right. Tulsa is a city in Oklahoma, and Destin is a city in Florida. These are two different states in the United States. Well done, guys. Last rule is using the comma to separate the day of the week and the day of the month and the year, right?
Yeah.
So let's see the example here. Today, Thursday, comma. This is the American way of writing this date. And April 18, comma. So tomorrow will be Sunday. And that's it. You don't have to write another comma if there is no year. Yes?
Yes.
All right. So next one is coming from Muhammad.
Tomorrow will be Sunday,
I answered this one.
December 2. George Washington was born on February 22, 1732. February, comma, 22, comma.
No, no.
Oh,
We don't separate.
February.
We don't separate the number, the day number, from the month number. Sorry, from the month. We only separate the day. If we mention the day, like Sunday, Monday, we separate it from the
Oh,
month and months and day, right?
yeah.
So basically, it would be only here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, next one.
I will be 16 on Tuesday, comma, the 6th of July, comma.
Wonderful. How come he will be 16 in 1582? But maybe this is someone in the past talking. Okay, September 11, 2001 is a date. Yeah, go ahead.
September 11, 2001 is a date that will be remembered. September 11, comma, 2001 is a date that will be remembered.
Okay, great. So we're done with the rules. We will have some kind of an exercise here. Let me move on to that. It's loading on the screen. Just give it a moment. Here it is. Okay, so we'll start with this. I'll give you like 2 minutes to take a look at the first 10 sentences and tell me how I can punctuate them. How can we correct the sentences to use the right form of punctuation or the commas basically. So we're starting right now. Okay, 30 seconds. Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Time is up. Okay, Muhammad, start please. Number 1.
Having been told of the test, John, wondered why when he would study.
Do you agree with that, Yara?
Yes.
Where to put the comma?
After John.
I'm asking Yara now.
A comma after test.
Thank you very much, Yara. Yara got it right, and let's clap for her. Did you hear that?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, basically, the sentence goes like this. John wondered when he would study, having been told of the test. Or you just remove this part, because actually this is called dependent clause. John wondered when he would study, right? Having been told of the test, right? So basically the second part is the independent clause, the main sentence, and the first part is a dependent clause, and we're connecting them using the comma, right? Next one, Yara.
Wading into the cool lake, comma, we found relief from the heat.
Do you agree with that, Muhammad?
Yes.
All right. So basically we're looking for the subject. The subject is here. Sorry. John. This is the subject. Wondered, the verb. We, subject. Found, verb. But here we don't have a subject and verb. This is incomplete sentence. Actually, I made a mistake. This is not an independent clause. This is actually a gerund phrase. A phrase that is, because it doesn't have a subject. So this is actually a phrase, not a clause, right? Next one.
In the heat of a summer afternoon, our air conditioner stopped. In the heat of a summer afternoon, comma, our air conditioner stopped.
Excellent. Think of the complete sentence. Where the complete thought? Our air conditioner stopped. So this is a sentence. All the rest is just a complementary or an introductory phrase. We can put it in the end of the sentence, by the way. Our air conditioner stopped in the heat of the summer afternoon. In the heat of a summer afternoon. Okay, next.
Yeah.
After our game with Central High School, comma, our bus broke down.
Wonderful job. Okay, we'll stop by this. I'll give you the rest of the homework. Let's move on to the second exercise here. And this is about introductory clauses. So the first one was about introductory phrases. So this is about introductory clause, right? So we're separating the introductory clause from the introductory phrase. Yara, go ahead.
When she noticed the time, Mary realized she would be late. When she noticed the time, comma, Mary realized she would be
Wonderful job. Excellent job. Okay, next one, Muhammad.
As I entered the room, I realized that I was late again. As I entered the room, comma, I realized that I was late again.
Wonderful job, guys. Next.
While I worked at the restaurant, I learned about food. A restaurant, comma.
Amazing.
If she wishes, Gloria can come with us. If she wishes, comma, Gloria can come with us.
Wonderful. Amazing, Muhammad. If she wishes, this is the first part of the sentence, which is the dependent clause, and Gloria can come with us is the independent clause. If you remove this part, this part would be all right on its own. Yes, Gloria can come with us. Yes. Okay, moving on to the next exercise. Using commas to separate 3 or more words, phrases, or clauses in a series. Right, like a list. Muhammad?
He drove through
Illinois.
Illinois, Indiana, and Kentucky.
Kentucky.
He drove Illinois, comma, Indiana, and Kentucky.
Kentucky, okay. Kentucky actually is the place where the KFC came from. The guy who invented KFC was basically from this state, I guess, and he named the chicken after this place, Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah.
Right. Next one.
He ran up the stairs, comma, through the door, comma, and down the hall.
Very well done. Okay, next one.
He ends each day telling himself that the day was miserable, that he should have stayed in bed, that tomorrow will be better. He ends each day telling himself that the day was miserable, comma, that he should have stayed in bed, comma, that tomorrow will be better.
Very good. Thank you very much. Next.
I ate breakfast, comma, read the paper, comma, and went to work.
You're correct, except that you misread one of the words. You mispronounced one of the words here. Look here, Yara. I what?
Ate.
Is it present or past?
Past.
So what's this word again? Here, went in the past as well. So this is past, and this is past. So this has to be. So this has to be past as well. Ate, what, went. Read the paper. The past from read is read. Read. You know the pronunciation of these words, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, so it's read, not read, okay? You understand me or not?
I understand you.
Okay, very good, very, very good. Okay, moving on to separate two independent clauses, which is, what kind of connectors do we use here? It's written.
Coordinating conjunction.
What are they?
Fanboys.
Wonderful job, guys. All right, let's see about that. You made it a piece of cake for yourselves. Right, go ahead, Yara.
Should I read directions?
No. Just go for the sentence.
Your handwriting is sloppy, comma, but your punctuation is perfect.
Punctuation is perfect. Excellent. Your punctuation is going to be perfect. Inshallah, Yara and Muhammad. Okay, next one, Muhammad.
The story was very interesting, comma, and she read it on one evening.
All right. The story was very interesting and she read it on one evening. Next one. This one is easy. Let's move on to the next exercise. Using commas to separate nouns in direct address, right?
Yeah.
Dialogue or exclamation, adverbs, or modified the whole while sentence words that responds, which is like what? Quotations can be that as well, right? So dialogue guides or direct to address. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Muhammad?
Jim, are you sure that the building is safe? Jim, comma, are you sure the building is safe?
Wonderful job.
Mrs. Winston, comma, your class has helped me.
Very good.
Steve said, comma, what do you want me to do?
Anything that you can do will be helpful, comma.
All right. That's enough for this one. Moving on to the one before the last, actually. Using commas to separate coordinate adjectives. We'll see about that. Muhammad? Muhammad?
Sorry, my Wi-Fi was lagging, couldn't hear you.
No worries. We're going to this one.
Okay. The instructor gave an unfair, difficult examination. The instructor, comma, gave an unfair, difficult examination.
No. No.
The
Yara,
instructor,
no. Yara, do you have any other ideas here? Coordinate adjectives means a list of adjectives. Like, okay, let's see what you're. Yara?
The instructor gave an unfair, comma, difficult examination.
Examination, yes. Unfair, like, and difficult examination. But it doesn't need to be using and because it's the same thing. We're describing the same thing. Unfair, comma, difficult examination. All right. Next one. Yara, it's your turn.
The instructor gave a comma.
No, not a comma. A is not an adjective. We're not listing a as an item in the list. A difficult, comma, final. A difficult final, comma, final. All right. Number 3, Muhammad.
was a happy, productive, prosperous season. It was a happy, comma, productive, prosperous season. Productive, comma.
Excellent, Muhammad. Very good. So we're listing some adjectives before the noun. So happy, productive, prosperous are 3 adjectives to describe the same noun, which is season. Number 4.
The foolish, comma, rude, comma, remark embarrassed him.
No, you made a small mistake here. Where is the noun that is described by foolish and rude? It's remark, yes? So we don't put comma before remark. It's basically between the adjectives. Because foolish and rude are basically describing remark, both of them. Okay? We're not separating them. We're not separating foolish and remark and rude from remark. We're basically separating foolish from rude, or adding them to each other. Okay?
Yeah.
Or last but not least is using commas to enclose a single word. This one is somehow we talked about, but not in details. We'll see about that. Muhammad, read me and try to guess, because actually we didn't discuss this one yet.
It is, however, very difficult to hit a silver fish.
Read me the instructions first.
Using commas to enclose a single word that interrupts the flow of the sentence. Directions. Punctuate the following sentences with commas.
Mm-hmm.
It is, however, very difficult to hit a silverfish from 10 feet away. It is, however, very difficult to hit a silverfish.
It's not 10. It's by this is 10.
From 10 feet away. From comma?
No.
Silverfish, comma.
Yara?
I think it is, however, comma.
Okay, let me help you with this. I'll give you a tip here. Enclose means to put it between two things, like to enclose the letter in an envelope, to put it in an envelope. So to enclose the word means to put the word between two commas, to enclose it. So basically, you're correct. It's about however, and we're putting however between two commas. If you remove however from the sentence, It is very difficult to hit a silverfish from 10 feet away. So however is actually adding extra information, but it's not like it's interrupting the flow of the sentence. That's why we are putting it between commas. Okay.
Okay.
Next one is coming from Muhammad.
He realized, nevertheless, that Martha would not let him keep a dog. He realized, comma, nevertheless, comma, that Martha would not let him keep a dog.
Well done, Muhammad. Next one.
The umpire, comma, unfortunately, comma, called off the game.
The umpire. Umpire is like another word for referee. Yeah. Next one.
Martha indeed hated homework. Martha, comma, indeed, comma, hated homework.
Okay. So Martha, comma, indeed, comma. So Martha hated homework. This is the sentence.
That the story, comma, nevertheless, comma, is interesting.
This word is nevertheless. Nevertheless. One word. Nevertheless. Means like despite of, despite or in spite of, or although. It has almost the same meaning. The difference would be in the usage. We'll discuss this in details later. Okay, we're done. Oh, there is more actually, but maybe we can discuss it later. We're having enough with the punctuation today. I'll send you this worksheet to answer it on your own, all together. Print it out, answer it in details, and then we will discuss it next week, right? Next session. Let's see about your writing, Yara, because actually I was kind of disappointed when I read that, because actually it's nothing to do with what we discussed last session, but let's read it together and see about it. Birthday. This was a dark mystery place in town. And then there is a comma here. I don't know why. There lived two twin sisters that what didn't eat for years. Sorry, they didn't eat for years. How come they didn't eat for years? I don't know. One day on a rainy day. Okay, one day on a rainy day. Some searchers were trying to find in the town for the two twin sisters. Suddenly they found, what's this word? Flooded? What's this word?
They found flooded tower.
What's this word? What does it mean? Great ruined house, ancient stones, building with.
No roof.
Building
I put
with,
the first by accident.
okay.
It's by accident.
Building with no roof and dust under their foot, their feet. Okay. They knocked the dusty door of the ruined house. The door opened by itself. Okay. They entered inside. You don't need inside. Basically, when you enter anything, it's inside, yes. They entered and they started to search, research, like open books and research for evidence. Evidence for what? He didn't really give such details. Magically, the two twin sisters were crying in their bedroom. Okay. The researchers
Bedroom.
researchers, again, is not really the right word, found them and took them to another town to live in peace. When their birthday came, they started to transform into foxes. Oh, okay. It was creepy and looks uncomfortable. That's an interesting story, but this has nothing to do with descriptive writing, Yara. Okay, this is a narrative writing. You know the difference between narrative and descriptive?
Yes.
Last week, last session we had descriptive writing, not narrative writing. So basically, you needed to write about a birthday that happened for real in your own life, like you have like you have attended a birthday, either yours or a friend of yours, and you have to describe it. This is the difference between descriptive and narrative. You're not telling us a story here. You shouldn't have told us a story, you know. But although I didn't really understand the whole story in details, you needed to give more details about this, these two sisters, and about the place and all these details, and use like more accurate words. Like instead of this, maybe you can use any other word. I don't know. It depends on your story. But overall, that wasn't your assignment. So I'll need you to write again about a celebration, an event. Look here, Yayara. I've sent you this. It's describing a festival, a ceremony, or a celebration, not to give me a fictional story. Girls turning to foxes or anything like that. Okay? Okay?
Okay.
Okay, dear. Muhammad, I really like your writing, except that it's very, very tight and very crowded and jammed in the paper, on the paper, and I can barely correct it like that. You need to give me more space. You need to give the examiner more space to be able to read your beautiful writing and be able to write your comments.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Um, and it would be great if you can just work on your handwriting a little bit, just a little bit. Eid al-Adha is celebrated by Muslims throughout the world. Okay, so this is basically you're talking about. It's very clear and mentioned in the title, which is great. And here it's mentioned also in the introductory paragraph. Is celebrated by Muslims. Who is celebrating that? Muslims throughout the world. Eid al-Adha takes place every year at the 10th of Dhul Hijjah. All right. This
Yeah.
celebration, what looks for what?
Looks for I think I meant something else. Wait, let me check the real writing.
Okay. Lasts. It lasts for up
Um,
to 3 days. It's not up to
oh
three
yeah,
days. It lasts for 3 days. You don't need
oh
up to, yeah, because actually it's 3 days or 4 days. Actually, it's 4 days. It lasts for 4 days or 3 days, doesn't matter. And
is a time.
is a time to what? To seek
Seek
mercy
mercy for God.
for God? No, 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 from God.
Oh
Mercy from God, and God is capitalized, of course. All right.
yeah.
Eid al-Adha is celebrated. Uh, this actually would be enough. You know, they mentioned the name of the event and who's celebrating and when. Look here.
Yeah.
Basically, you mentioned the name, the time, and place of the event, and reason for it. That would be enough. Okay.
Yeah.
Um. So let's see about the rest here. Eid al-Adha is celebrated because it what?
Honors
Honors the
willingness
willingness of Abraham to sacrifice his son as an act of obedience
Obedience.
to God's command.
Command.
Okay, perfect. But before Abraham could sacrifice, basically you need to use the word slaughter, or maybe you can use the word slaughter. His son, God provided a great what? A
Goat.
goat. A goat. Okay, to sacrifice instead. Okay, that was a bit of a history of the event, and that was supposed to be mentioned in the body, not the introduction.
Oh,
But it's fine. Okay, Muslims follow some simple preparations for Eid al-Adha. Um, initially, this is initially, yeah. What's initially?
firstly,
Firstly, okay, you need to work in handwriting, Muhammad.
okay. Wake up.
Who was waking up? We wake up.
Um,
Muslims wake up.
yeah, yeah.
All right. People wake up. Whatever. People wake up and pray. So let's add the word people here, or Muslims, or whatever. Wake up and pray Fajr. Uh, ah, actually, you're getting distracted here. Look here. You don't need to tell us about what's Fajr. All right. You can just say morning prayers and just that's it. Because actually, you're getting from one topic to another, and this actually distracting your readers. So this one, I don't really need this part because actually this is off topic. This sentence is off topic. So firstly, wake up and pray Fajr. That's it, or morning prayers. Uh, do morning prayers and that's it, right? Secondly, or second, taking a bath for, sorry, taking a bath for Salatul Eid, right? Which is Eid prayers or Eid al-Adha prayers, or yeah,
Yeah.
the feast prayers. It is a
The
sunnah
sunnah.
that you should follow as a follower of Prophet Muhammad. Okay. Thirdly, brushing teeth. No, you're getting to daily routine, which is totally like out of topic here. Brushing your teeth with okay, maybe. Okay, I'll keep this one with miswak, which is not really related to Eid, but it's fine. You don't need to, jam or swoosh extra information just to use more words, okay? Just try to focus on the main ideas. With miswak has numerous benefits. One of them is cleaning the teeth and keeping it hygienic, all right, and white, right. Finally, actually, hygienic is not the right word here. It's keeping them, your teeth is plural, keeping them healthy and white. Hygiene is basically about the safety and the cleanliness that leads to the safety more than just being healthy. Okay, whatever. Finally, using what?
Utter.
Perfume.
Yeah.
No one will understand this. Not even me. I know what is attar, but I wouldn't guess what's that. Which is a special fragrance. Okay, fragrance. It's not basically for men. It's not necessarily for men. Okay, and you don't need to include such information. Just use fragrance, wear perfume, whatever, and that's it. So using, instead of using, you use wear. We use wear, like the clothes. We wear perfume or fragrance, and you don't need this. Prophet Muhammad applied, okay, on 8 occasions. This is actually quite offensive and quite inappropriate because Prophet Muhammad used it all the time. He was always smelling perfectly good. So you cannot say that he's always using ether only on certain occasions. It doesn't really make much of sense. So please Be careful with that. You're just giving false image of um, his prophet, right? Of the prophet himself. Uh, on the first day of Eid, first day of not on of Eid al-Adha is what?
Usually.
What's the word again?
Usually.
Is usually when
Where every activity takes place.
you're talking about a day. So day is actually a time reference. So we use time adverb. Yeah?
Yeah.
We're not talking about a place. If you're talking about, for example, Doha is where we live. But if you're talking about a day, it's when everything or every activity takes place, like visiting family members where you can play a game of football. Okay. Okay. Uh, basically, using personal pronouns wouldn't be recommended here. You're not talking about a certain person. Um, people you can just refer to people generally or Muslims or something like that. All right. You is not recommended. So instead of you can say Muslims or kids, Muslim kids, or play a game of football. Not a game, football games, right? Because actually it's like not one game. So football games uh, with them. Oh, okay. You don't need this anymore. Um, the most important activity that takes place in Eid al-Adha is sacrificing an animal. Not any animal. We can say
What did
a livestock,
oh,
or we can say a cattle.
oh,
Cattle is basically like all these animals you mentioned, but not an animal, not any animal. Like you cannot take a dog, for example, to
yeah,
sacrifice. And basically, you have to mention that by sacrificing a cattle, or by sacrificing, um, or mm, basically offering a sacrifice by slaughtering a livestock. Okay, offering a
okay,
sacrifice. So they offer a sacrifice by slaughtering something, slaughtering an animal. Okay.
okay,
We mentioned the word slaughter last time, yeah?
yeah,
Do you know it? Do you know how to spell it?
yeah. I think I forgot to write it.
No worries at all. Okay. This represents the animal that Abraham sacrificed in his in the
In the
place.
place.
Okay, instead of his son. In Eid al-Adha, Muslims wear contemporary what
Spotless.
spotless clothes, either for either praying or spending the whole day with it in them. It's clothes, it's plural, and
Yeah.
Muslims generally. Okay, I didn't really see a reason for this. This is extra. You don't need it. Okay, Eid al-Adha is a really special day for Muslims. It is a day where what's this?
Where we can respect.
No, no, this is also wrong. Where we can respect sorry, we can respect Prophet Ibrahim's obedience.
Yeah.
Why didn't we use the word commemorate? We learned the word commemorate last week, yeah? Last session.
Um.
Remember the word commemorate?
No, not really.
Oh. Commemorate means to remember something for its great influence or for its great impact on you.
Yeah.
All right, we remember or we commemorate our martyrs. You know the word martyr?
No.
The people who died during war, for example, are called
Oh.
martyrs, shuhada. All right, Prophet
Yeah.
Ibrahim's commemorate Prophet Ibrahim's obedience to God,
To God.
capital G.
Okay.
When he was going to sacrifice his son. Actually, you mentioned that before, but God sent him a lamb to sacrifice. Actually, it's not a lamb; it's a ram. Lamb is a small one. Actually, he was sent a very big one,
Well,
a ram, to sacrifice instead. And you mentioned also this, so this is a repetition. But overall, I really liked your article, except that you had many extra information that are kind of off topic, many extra pieces of information, I'm sorry. And for the content, you would lose a bit of marks, but for the language, it's wonderful. So for language, you will get out of 9, you will get 7. And for the content, you'll get 6 out of 9. So overall, what's that would be? Hmm?
Um.
Really, or counting?
13 over 18.
Yeah.
What is? I was trying to calculate the percentage.
Oh, okay. Do that.
72%.
Oh, right. So 72% is not bad, but you can easily do better. Did you go for a word count?
Sorry?
Did you go for a word count? Did you count words?
No.
You don't have to count every word for word, but you can have a rough count. But of course, at home, you have all the time in the world, so you can count every word. So we can go for a rough count, like
I
number
counted like until paragraph 2, and it's more than 200 words, I think.
So you almost have like 12 or 13 words per line, because actually handwriting is very small. Let's see how many
Yeah.
lines do you have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 times 12 is 240 words, which is wonderful, except that many sentences we omitted. So let's say it's around 200, which is great. I'll just ask you to rewrite it again, right? With my comments, like to follow the comments I gave you, the instructions I gave you. So
Okay.
you can just omit the extra information and just make sure that. But actually, regarding the punctuation marks, I didn't really notice much of mistakes except for the capitalization of the word God, and that would be everything. Right?
Okay.
Thank you very much, Muhammad. Um, Yara, I'll need to see again your writing. This writing that you gave me is not really what I asked for, so I'll ask you to give me another one.
Okay.
All right. So let's see here another example for descriptive writing. It's about a prom night. Do you know what's a prom night or a prom?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, basically when you graduate or by the high school, youth, young men, teenagers start, celebrating on their own, having their own lives, and they go out and celebrate their graduation basically and stuff like that. Uh, so let's see here. Read the model below and put the paragraphs in the right order. Then write down the topic of each paragraph. So basically, I'd like you to give me the right order for these paragraphs so we can read them together quickly and understand them and see if you've done them right on your own answers. According to your answers, guys.
I answered.
Yeah, I know. Just open your notebook and give me the answers. The answer for this one.
Oh,
Um,
um,
number 1 is C.
Number one, so paragraph 1, which is the introduction, is C.
Number 2 is A.
Number 2 is A.
Number 3 is D.
Mm-hmm.
And number 4 is B.
Of course. All right, Mohammed, do you agree with that?
yeah, I have the
Okay,
same answers.
wonderful. Let's read it together. I'll ask Mohammed to read the first paragraph, please.
My high school prom took place on a warm evening in May in a hotel ballroom. The event, which celebrates both the end of high school and the beginning of adulthood, is something every American teenager looks forward to.
Right. New vocabulary from this paragraph?
Um,
Yara, new vocabulary from this paragraph?
No.
Okay, great. What's a ballroom?
ball,
It's a place where people dance.
Oh, yes. Okay. So basically, it's celebrating what? The end of high school
yeah,
and beginning of adulthood. So they are going to university and they are celebrating to be adults, to be like responsible, to be, independent, whatever. Let's see the second paragraph coming from Muhammad.
I had been preparing from the prom for months, especially because I was a member of the prom committee. We booked an elegant hotel ballroom, had tickets printed and arranged for a catering company to supply
Catering.
food and catering,
Yes.
catering company to supply food and refreshments. 4 committee members were in charge of the decorations, which reflected the theme of our prom, Caribbean moonlight.
Caribbean.
2 months Caribbean moonlight. 2 months before the actual night, I found the perfect dress to wear. It made me look like a princess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Yara.
Number 3.
Mm-hmm.
My parents took pictures of me before I left for the prom. I had a delicate corsage of beautiful orchids on my wrist, without which my outfit would
Just a
have.
moment. Okay. Okay. These are two words you need to be aware of: corsage and orchids.
Corsage of beautiful orchids on my wrist,
Mm-hmm.
without which my outfit would have been incomplete. The limousine waiting outside took me to the Grand Hotel. All
Hotel.
my hotel, all my school friends were there. Together we danced, ate, and laughed until 1 o'clock. I had never stayed out so late before. or had so much fun. My best friend was crowned prom queen. We were all very happy for her, if a little jealous, as we watched her dance with the prom king.
All right. New vocabulary from this one?
Corsage and
It's not
um,
corsage. There's no da. There's no da. It's not like age. It's a corsage. It's a French one. It's a French word. Corsage is something that is worn on the wrist, like a bracelet for the girls, something like that. Something I'm not really sure about. It's a decorative thing that is basically a flower that is like in a bracelet or something like that.
Okay.
And orchids is kind of a flower. What else?
I forgot what limousine means.
Limousine is a fancy car,
Oh,
a rented fancy car, usually. A big one, usually. What else? Any other new vocabulary for
no,
not really.
catering company? Catering company is a company that supplies food for events. So if you're having an event in your school, for example, you can contact a catering company that will provide you with the food and refreshments for the event.
Oh,
Okay. So let's see here. You had a problem with the exercise 6, yeah?
yeah.
Rewrite the following short paragraphs in the passive. What tenses are used and why? We cut flowers to make garlands.
I didn't really understand the passive part.
Okay, great. So let's see about that. Have you tried with this one, Yara?
yes, I just tried. I'm not sure of my answer.
Okay, let's see about that. I'll take a look at your answers. I'll bring them down here now. And by the way, guys, regarding the assignments, your homework, it's actually recommended to name them according to your own names and write like your name, for example, Muhammad. Muhammad, what's your last name, Muhammad? Muhammad Said, yes?
Yeah.
So Muhammad Said and then homework, HW, and then the date, okay? So it would
Okay.
be easier for me to identify your homework because I have like loads of these files on my computer. So it's quite, distractive and annoying somehow to find all these files like. Okay, until we get this, let's see about your answer, Yara. We cut flowers to make garlands. Do you know what's a garland? What's a garland, Yara? Do you have any idea?
No.
Not sure. Okay, Muhammad, do you have any idea? Why don't you look them up?
Oh. It means wreath of flowers and leaves, worn on the head or hung as a decoration.
Exactly. A ring of flowers that is hung around the neck as a decoration. So basically, it's like a decoration for the celebrations. You usually see this when you go to beaches in the Caribbean, in Hawaii or something like that. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So how did you answer this one, Yara?
Should I read what I wrote?
Yeah, please.
All of the paragraph or only the sentence?
Only the sentence, the first one.
The flowers were cut by us to make garlands.
Yeah, you don't need to say by us, just flowers. But can you read it again, please? Flowers.
Flowers were cut by us to make gardens.
You're almost there, except that the sentence is in this. In which tense, Yara? Is it in the present or the past?
Past.
No. The sentence goes like. Can you read it for me, please?
The flowers were cut by us to make garlands.
No. I mean the original sentence. We cut flowers. We cut flowers here. Cut here is not in the past. It can be past, but basically on May Day, we cut flowers like every year. And on May Day, we cut flowers to make garlands. So flowers are cut to make garland. Okay. Others put up maypole and tie streamers to the top. Muhammad, can you try here? Okay, let me explain to you quickly what is passive voice, and accordingly you need to apply. So passive voice, or to change a sentence from active to passive, from active voice to passive voice. In active voice, you have to mention who's the doer of the action. I uh, ate a sandwich. Right? Basically, I have to understand where is the subject. The subject is the doer of the action. And where is the verb? And which tense? And what's the object? The recipient of the action. Okay?
Yeah.
So who's eating? Or who ate?
Me. I.
And what did I eat?
Sandwich.
So basically, we're putting this in the beginning. So putting the object in the beginning. So what's a sandwich?
Is eaten by me.
Another mistake again. Here, what's the tense of this verb?
Eaten.
What's the verb? Sorry, what's the tense? Is it present?
Past.
Past? So it's past, okay? So put the verb to be in the past form. So what's the past form from verb to be?
Eaten.
Do you understand anything? Guys, do you understand anything?
Yeah.
So which sense do we have here at the main sentence?
Past.
Past. So we need to use what?
Sandwich was.
Was. Thank you very much. Plus PP, which is like the PP for this verb is what? The past participle for this verb to eat, is what? Eat,
Was
ate. What's the third form?
was eaten.
Eaten. Excellent. Was eaten, and you can say by me or not. So by and then this me, or it's optional. You can put or not. Okay. Another example. She cleans the room, the house. Okay. Muhammad?
Yes.
Guess what? Give me the passive form of this one.
Um, um, the house was cleaned
Muhammad, look
by
here. First of all, you have to find the tense of the verb.
The house is clean.
Yes. The house here.
was cleaned.
No. Cleans here is in the present. Okay. So it has to be in the present. Do we take am or is or are with the house? Is. And then the past participle from this verb.
The house is
Clean.
cleaned.
Cleaned. And you can say by her or not necessary, or just by her. Okay. So let's get back to our topic. Others put the maypole and the tie streamers to the top. Okay, Yara, can you tell me what did you do with this one? Yara?
The maypole and the tie steamers are put by others on the top.
Excellent. The maypole and tie streamers are put to the top. Next one. Muhammad, can you try with the next one? People.
People decorate clothes for the parade.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
You had to write the sentences on their own like this. Can you give me the sentence again? Read me the sentence on from your book, from your whatever. Oh, you cannot. That's all right. People decorate floats for the parade. People
decorate clothes for the parade.
Okay. Now you tell me how to turn this or to put it in the passive voice form. Where's the subject? Where's the doer of the action, ya Muhammad?
Decorate.
No, not the verb. Where is the doer of the action? Who is doing the action here?
Oh, people.
People. People is the subject.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Yeah.
what's the verb?
Decorate.
Which tense?
Present.
Present. And where's the object? What do they decorate?
Parade.
No. They decorate floats.
Oh, floats.
For the parade, this is for like, where will they put the floats after they decorate them? In the parade.
Oh.
Okay. So this is the object. For the voice, for the passive voice, we put the object in the beginning. So floats.
Floats. Is decorated.
Floats is the plural, Muhammad.
Floats were decorated.
Huh?
Were?
It's in the present, but it's plural form. Are decorated. Thank you. You've never seen passive voice before? By the people or not?
By.
It's not necessary, like by the people or just ignore it. Okay, so that's why we put it between brackets, because it's not necessary. So you can say here, floats are decorated. That's it. Okay. Local bakeries prepare food for the spectators. Yara?
Yes.
Yes, what? Give me this. Give me this next sentence. Do you sleep or what?
The food is prepared by the local bakeries for the spectators.
Spectators. Spectators means the viewers, the onlookers, the people who are coming to watch the parade. So food is prepared by local bakeries for spectators. All right. Okay, we'll stop by this one. I'll give you a chance till next class, ya Muhammad, to give me the second one. And we'll see, we'll move on to the next exercise. Exercise 7, use the sophisticated adjectives. Sophisticated adjectives like advanced words, high-end words, when describing events to make your description more vivid. Like the adjectives you use, Muhammad. I loved what you've done with the adjectives you're using. You're using very high-end words, which is great. So let's see here. We have words like joyful, sparkling, spacious. These are high-end or sophisticated adjectives that you can use in your writing. And this applies to you as well, Yara. You have to use such words in your writing. You don't go for the easy words. Just try with the advanced words. So you will get higher marks in the language, right? The Dot's brightly decorated room had a festive atmosphere.
The sparkling.
The sparkling, right? So basically here, we're describing no, actually I disagree with that. We're describing a room, okay? A room can be spacious. Spacious means very big.
Yeah, I did spacious too.
So it's more of a spacious. Yeah. If you're going for brightly, maybe brightly can be matching with sparkling, but basically we're discussing or describing a room, so spacious would be more reasonable here. Okay. So the spacious, brightly decorated room had a festive atmosphere. The light from the candles on the cake was reflected in the
Sparkling eyes of the children.
sparkling eyes. Yes, the word sparkling would be matching with eyes. Sparkling eyes of the children. Their dots, they're joyful. Of course, this is the last one. Joyful faces showed their happiness as their parents looked on proudly. All right, let's see about music festival. We have a spellbound, we have magical, we have blinding. Blinding. Number one, coming from Yara.
Dots lights lit up the stage as the band walked on,
Mhm.
blinding.
Blinding lights. Blinding lights, like very bright lights that make people unable to see. So blinding lights. Mhm.
Um, the lead singer um, sang magical love song at the audience sat. And the audience sat.
All right.
Do I complete or
Yeah.
do I say the answer?
Yeah. Of course, it's the only word left. You know,
Yeah.
spellbound means like it's making you feel very, uh, you know, charmed, mesmerized, amazed, right?
Yeah.
Spellbound. Yeah. So sat still bound until the end, then burst into applause. All right. Beer festival, dazzling, enthusiastic, traditional. The beer festival was officially opened as the band played songs,
Traditional songs.
traditional songs.
The into
The Dots crowd cheered with the excitement,
the enthusiastic.
enthusiastic. All right. With excitement, and the sky was illuminated with dazzling fireworks. All right. Of course, this is inappropriate and it shouldn't be there, but yeah, these books are basically for multicultural, for different, cultures. So yeah, we just ignore that. I read the model about Rio Carnival and replaced adjectives in bold with other from the list. Can you think of other adjectives to be used in their place? Give the paragraph plan. What tenses have been used and why? So basically, we're asking about synonyms for the adjectives. You know the word synonym, of course, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
And you have to tell us why they use the tense. Is it present or past and why? And then write description of the festival, of this festival, as you had participated in it. As if you had participated in it. How is your description different from the model below? So you imagine yourself that you had participated in this one, and then you describe it again. Okay? We have words like brightly, colored, most spectacular, thrilling, huge, grand, numerous, lively, most impressive. Let's see the words we have here. We have nicest. What can we replace it with?
Most spectacular.
Most spectacular. So this would be number 1. Thank you very much. Number 2, big,
Huge.
huge. Number 3, nice again.
Brightly colored.
Nice costumes.
Brightly colored costumes.
Brightly colored, yeah. Brightly colored costumes, yeah. Number 4, nice again. Nice music.
Thrilling.
Thrilling music or lively music.
Right.
Okay, let's see here. Let's see about the other ones, but yeah, it's more of lively. It would be like lively music, like the music would match more with lively. Okay.
Yeah.
Number 5, big.
Numerous.
Big stadium.
I think grand.
Grand, yeah. Numerous means about a number. Grand means about size. Okay. Many.
Numerous.
Numerous. 7, best performance.
Most impressive.
Most impressive. 8, nice again. Nice event. It's the only word
Thrilling.
left. Thrilling.
Yeah, thrilling.
So I'd like you to write the same model again using the words we chose from here or any other words that are high-end or sophisticated adjectives like these we have above here, right?
Yeah.
All right. Read the model and correct the mistakes. Write S for spelling mistakes, WO for word order, G for grammar mistakes, P for punctuation, and WW for wrong word. What is the topic of the paragraph and what tense is used? A wedding I'll never forget. Okay, let's see here. Sally's wedding day in the local church last June was one not to be forgotten. See here, we have a spelling mistake. It should be double T because the T is preceded by an O, which is a vowel, yeah? Last week had been a whirl of bookings, dress fittings, invitations. We discussed about the punctuation, yeah, the commas here. Bookings, dress fittings, and invitations to be sent. Right? Of course, there is and as well. Sorry, there is no and here because and is mentioned later. And food to be organized. Finding a correct place for the reception.
Finding. Oh,
It's WW.
Why?
wrong.
Wrong word.
Yeah. Why do you think it's wrong word? Like, what kind of word should we use here?
Finding a suitable place.
A suitable. Yes, excellent. So we need to use the word suitable.
Comfortable. في بابا.
A suitable place for the reception. The list seemed okay. We'll go in turns here. Yara, continue, please. I would like you to read. The list seemed endless.
The list seemed endless, but somehow had everything been done on time.
Okay.
Had everything is WO.
Okay, what should it be? What should it be? How to correct it? It's the wrong word order. What should we change it to be? Everything had. Somehow everything had. So the word everything should be before had, yes? Everything had
Yeah.
been done on time.
On is G.
Okay,
It's
what
supposed to be time.
it should be what?
At.
No, in time.
Time and time.
In time. So this is a G. This is a grammatical mistake. All right. Next one, Muhammad.
The next one is wrong order. It's supposed to be we all gasp.
Excellent, Muhammad. So we all. So this is a WO, and it should be we all. Yes. We all gasped when the gleaming flower decorated cars. Huh? Yara?
We gasped when the gleaming flower decorated cars turned. It's S.
S? No, it's in the past. It was last week.
I thought it's turned.
Yeah, it is. It should be turned. It's not T. It should be ED. It's a spelling mistake.
S.
Okay, into the square and pulled up smooth. Muhammad?
It's supposed to be double L.
Excellent. So
Not
this is
one.
a spelling. So it should
Spelling
be,
mistake.
yes. Pulled up. Huh? Yara?
Oh,
Smooth is WW.
W where? No, there's nothing here to the WW word. Wrong word. Okay, what's the right word? What's the right word? It's not WW, by the way. But yeah, tell me what do you have in mind?
I just don't think it fit there.
Tell me what would fit there instead of smooth. It's actually it's a word that is describing the verb pulled up. So they pulled up smooth or smoothly?
Smoothly.
Smoothly. So actually it's a grammatical mistake here. Okay. Outside the door of the church, the father of Sally. Do we use the father of Sally or what? How to say that?
Sally's father.
Sally's father, of course. This is a grammatical
Yeah.
mistake again. So this is a G, Sally's father. Are you taking notes of these answers?
Yeah.
I need you
Yeah.
guys. I need you guys to print out this sheet, the sheet I sent you, and answer in the sheet itself. All right?
Okay.
And send me like a scanned copy of that. Sally's
Okay.
father, smiling proudly, helped Sally out of the car. She emerged graceful as a swan in her romantic white dress. The two little bridesmaids in pink grabbed at the floating veil as the breeze tried to pull it away from them. John smiled hotly. No. Smiled what? How
Um,
can you describe a smile? Smile warmly. Smile would be warm, not hot.
yeah.
Warmly as Sally come or came in the past? Came
Came.
to stand beside him or next to him?
Um,
Actually, it can be,
next one.
yeah, it can be beside without to or next to,
Oh,
okay? So you can say beside him or next to him, right? How
yeah.
happy they looked. The service was simple, beautiful, and moving. Sally's mother, of course, it's missing a comma here. Sorry,
Grammar.
apostrophe. This is a grammar mistake, of course. Sally's mother couldn't keep back her tears when the couple exchanged their vows. After the photographs had taken or something else. This is the passive voice. The photographs
Were taken.
yes, were taken. We all drove off to the reception, which it was held at the local hotel. Where's the mistake
Where
here?
it was. Where it was.
No, we're talking about the reception. Reception is a
Okay.
thing, so which is fine, but actually you don't need to use it. So
Which was held.
which was held at the local hotel. This is also a grammatical mistake. Um, a should be what?
Capital.
Grammar mistake.
Capitalized. It's a punctuation mistake. A
Oh,
delicious dinner was served. Toasts were proposed, and we all danced far into the night. Even after the newlyweds uh,
Grammar.
to start their honeymoon. What's the right word here? Drove?
Grammar.
Okay, it's a grammar. So what's the right word for it?
um,
Drive.
No, it should be like here we have the word after. So we're talking about two actions happened in the past. One of them is before the other. So the one happened like in the beginning, we use with it had and then past participle. What's past participle from drive?
um, drove.
No,
Or
driven. You know
driven.
the show Driven? After the
Yeah.
newlywed had driven away to the start their honeymoon. What an exciting day it had been, right? Okay, we're stopping by this. I'd like you to print out the worksheet as it is, without, of course, the comments I have here. Answer it, and we'll discuss it again thoroughly next session, next week. The most important part of this all is to focus on your punctuation using commas that we discussed today. And of course, the worksheet for the commas will be also part of your assignment, part of your homework. And yeah, basically, I'd like to see another writing, uh, another descriptive writing. It can be a celebration, can be a festival, it can be a ceremony, right?
Yeah.
So choose a different topic, Muhammad. Instead of writing the one that we had like last week, okay, just write a different one. Make sure that you
Okay.
focus on the ideas and the tips I gave you this time. And for Yara, I'd like you to write actually two topics. One for this session and one for the next session. Like I mean, like from last session and for this session. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Yara. Okay,
Wait,
that's all.
so
Yeah,
what was the homework again? So finish the exercises off.
exactly. This is one thing. Uh, this is from
The
the worksheet.
question.
The worksheet that you have on the screen now. You have to print it out and answer it. And the other
Yeah.
worksheet for the commas.
Oh,
Okay.
are you gonna send the exercises for the comments?
Of course, of course.
Oh,
How will you
and
answer it?
I don't do the one that I did.
No, you don't have to rewrite your article again.
I have to do this one, but with a
Yes,
different subject.
yes, a new topic. Yes,
Okay.
yes. Okay. Any more questions before we end up this one?
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Yara, do you have any questions?
No, thank.
All right. Have a lovely evening, guys, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
You too.
All right. See you later.